She didn't have the crazy amount of experience Vorden did, and the reaction and speed in Peter's head. "If I'm going to die, I'm going to curse and look at what kills me right in the face," Caia shouted. As its bladed claw was about to reach out and stab her in the face, they were stopped midair in its tracks, inches away from her face. "They say heroes arrive at the last second," Fex said, with his hands twitching, holding the strings using all of his strength. "Lame," Vorden muttered. "Doesn't he know I already said that?" At first, she thought that Fex had saved her, but on closer inspection, a strange purple shadow substance could be seen around it. The blade had been stopped. If it had moved any further, it would have pierced her skull, almost showing no resistance. Caia once again could live to see what would happen in the next few moments, still unsure if she would live past today. However, what she was surprised about was who exactly had come to save her. From the corner of her eye, she could see a black hair boy, pulling and twitching off to the side. What was his name again, Fex? Caia thought. Wasn't he a level 1? But she didn't stay long to find out. While the beast was stuck in a place, she quickly ran off to where Layla and Logan were standing. As the beast saw its bladed arm being wrapped around by a strange shadow substance, while also being pulled by the strings, it wondered which one was affecting it more. For some reason, even though it was using all its strength, it was unable to move its arm forward to kill its target. It was something it had never experienced before. A whisper was suddenly heard in Peter's ear. "Go join the others," Quinn said. "You've fought enough, and if you get hurt again, who knows if you will survive." Peter looked to his side and saw Quinn standing there. He had already equipped all of his beast gear equipment before coming over ready for a battle. Still, even he and Fex were unprepared for what they were facing. There was no joy on his face. It was dead serious, and Quinn was fully concentrating. "If you are in trouble, I won't hesitate to sacrifice myself," Peter said as he walked off to where the others were. Before leaving, Peter turned once again. "Quinn, it's strong." Looking at the beast, still curious about its movements, Quinn replied, "I know." "New quest received. Defeat the king of the underground city. King tier beast Likmorn. The town has been left behind, and in its empty place the beast began to take over. Amongst the many, eventually a single creature took over, calming the seat and the title of the king. The others do his bidding as he protects the treasure located in the tower. Quest reward question." Peter didn't need to say anything. As soon as Quinn saw the strange beast, the system had immediately activated a quest for him. It had been quite a while since the system automatically gave him a task. Usually, it would appear when he faced a strong opponent of some sort. This also happened when he faced Leo. He found it strange that nothing had come up for the advanced tier beast. But it was probably because the system didn't deem it as special enough for the planet they were on. What interested Quinn about this strange quest was, for the first time, it seemed to inform a little bit about how the creature came to be. Is it because of the area we are in? Maybe it is related to the vampires and not the Dalki after all. The information also revealed that it had been acting as a guard for the tower. If such a strong beast was guarding it and had stayed underground, Quinn couldn't even begin to imagine what it was trying to protect. Lastly, the quest reward for defeating the beast. Even when going against Leo, there was a clear quest reward and an instant level up. For some reason, though, this one was hidden. He didn't know why, but the fact that it was hidden only got him curious. The real problem was, though, could they beat it? A king-tier beast. He started to think back about all the students going up against the advanced-tier beasts, and even with 50 of them, they were unable to kill such a thing. The ones that were left to fight were Fex, Vorden, himself, and Logan, but it seemed like Logan was still busy with something else. Caia was out of it and would no longer be of any use. The difference between this fight and the one earlier was that Fex and Quinn were willing to display their full powers. Caia could always be hypnotized for later, and even if she couldn't, all their lives were more important than one. The beast was no longer curious about the strange shadow in strings and pulled its arm back out of the shadow. Seeing this, Quinn quickly returned it to himself. There was one great advantage to them being underground. Quinn's shadow powers were stronger, even with the artificial light source from Logan. Just being in a darker environment increased the distance of his shadows. It was only because of this that he was able to use it a distance away from himself. As the beast moved its hand, Fex, for the first time, felt its enormous strength. "What? He wasn't this strong before, was he?" Fex said, as his hand started to ache holding on to the strings. Does this mean Quinn's shadow was doing most of the work? He could no longer hold on, and it was just the waist. It seemed like the beast was moving just fine with or without his strings. I need to help them, Vorden said. Vorden was now standing by the other side. The 5 of them went to hide behind a building, out of the street and out of the way of what was about to go down. 70% of energy weapon has been created. Whatever Logan was doing, it looked like it still wasn't ready yet, and he couldn't join the fight. Logan, do you mind if I touch you? Vorden asked. Even if you copy my ability, it's not like the others, Logan explained. You won't be able to get a clear grasp, and the ability itself is pretty useless, honestly. It was only because I was able to implement it with my brain that I was able to come up with a use. Not saying you don't have brains, of course, but you understand. Logan, stop rambling and trust me. Noticing that Vorden was trustworthy and had come with ideas so far, Logan decided to put a little bit of faith in him. Part of the suit that was covering the arm shifted upward as the suit broke down into hundreds of little spiders, and they did a handshake. With that, Vorden started to move. He didn't go onto the street like the others thought he would. Instead, he went through the buildings, down the side, looking for the perfect spot. His aim was never to use Logan's ability, but only the MC cells that came with it. He had already used a large amount, throwing out spears constantly. Still, with Logan's level 8 ability, he had to have a large amount. Not only that, but if he could get Rayton or Syl to fight, they would be able to combine the other abilities, making a spirit spear above a level 8 ability. The level 4s didn't do much, but surely this would have an effect. The only problem was that the beast was now cautious against the spears, so Vorden wanted to get in the perfect location, waiting for the right time. Sometimes, when the ability level was higher, it would also consume more MC points with each use of the ability. There was no time for testing, and no second chances against a foe like this. This is crazy, Caia shouted. Why are the 2 level 1s, the weakest in our team, out there fighting? Are they trying to get themselves killed? She yelled. Suddenly, a hand came towards her face, and the right side of her cheek stung. When she looked at the person who had slapped her, she could see Layla was the one who had done it. It's because of those that you're even alive, Layla shouted. Layla, what do you mean? Caia asked, holding her face. As Caia looked closely, she could see a dark purple shadow emitting from Quinn's back. Those 2 level 1s are the strongest level 1s you will ever see. The beast was cautious about the 2 opponents. It didn't know why, but it felt like they were different from the ones before. The presence emitting from these 2 was similar to the boy it had thought before. Still, it wasn't entirely the same. Although he had an expressionless face, Fex was worried. There were 2 main reasons for this. They were going up against a king-tier beast. Fex struggled to fight an advanced-tier beast on his own. He wasn't yet at the point he could deal with a king-tier.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.